What up,
Went on an adventure.
Wrecked fam? We are here. Last week of regular season, Neil. Pretty excited?
That's me. I'm really excited.
Pretty
Really,
excited,
really
man.
ready to see people hunker down and get in there.
Yeah, and this is potentially a playoff bracket deciding match. So in the Jungle Conference, we have Raptors sitting at 5-7. Krugs is currently at 5-5. If Sentinels somehow manage to 2-0 here, that'll put Krugs at 5-7 as well, and the tiebreaker will then be the Raptors-Krugs series, which Raptors actually won 2-0. So that would put Krugs down to the lower losers bracket, which is a best of one to start out. So they really want to stave off that fourth place. If they pick up even one win here, will prevent them from doing that. So there's kind of a lot on the table for them.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot on the table, but I think they're ready for the challenge. we saw a very impressive performance from that squad last week, and
Oh
I
yeah.
don't have any reason to think that anything's going to change. So
Yeah, I don't see their momentum slowing down. Phenomenal performance last weekend out of the Krugs roster, who are honestly looking a little revitalized right now with some of the role mix-ups they did, and they're looking really, really strong. And Sentinels on the other side of the map here with nothing left to lose might see some cheesy picks pulled out, might see some surprises for Krugs in the Sentinels draft. We'll have to see if they have anything crazy planned. I know they are the team that does do stuff like that, so really excited to get into it here.
yeah,
Teams are all ready.
I don't think there's going to be any disappointment here from the draft phase and champ select. So this is probably the best match you could pick to start off the
Oh
day.
yeah.
I think it's going to be action packed. There's going to be people flying everywhere. There's going to be people jumping out of bushes, people making new bushes potentially. We'll see.
Yeah, so we got a poll here in the chat. If you are watching, you can vote with exclamation point vote and then either Krugs or Sentinels, and we'll get you the results of that probably in the spectator delay screen. Now, Valib, I know you mentioned Krugs looking super strong last weekend. Do you think they have to opt for any changes in their style, or do you think they can kind of keep playing around their strong top laner in Mind's Desire and look to snowball that way? Because Sentinels have their strongest player in the top lane as well, and it might be a bit of a challenge for him.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think they could change things if they want, but I also think that Mind's Desire is, I mean, he's a phenomenal player, and I'm sure he can play like numerous different styles. I know he's definitely able to adapt to his teammates, so it's not necessarily that his team has to play around him. He can kind of play around his teammates as needed. Um, and yeah, I mean, it kind of just so happened that he got massive last week. I still think that that'll happen again this week, but it doesn't always have to be in the same way, right? Like you don't have to go 10-0 in lane to carry.
Yeah.
You can create those small gold advantages and just let your like influence the map elsewhere.
Yeah, that's very
And
fair.
over time, that'll do it.
Yeah, and speaking of map influence, two junglers taken out of the game here for the start of the bans. Kha'Zix and Hecarim will not see play today, neither will Yone or Leona. So, like to see the jungle ban Hecarim against Rain Freeze. The champions look really strong in his hands. And Kha'Zix obviously has been a hot soup favorite for many seasons now as they round out the bans with Camille and Caitlyn. And now Sentinels on the blue side have the opportunity to first pick something away that they don't want to see Krugs play or something they really want for themselves.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they actually expected the draft phase to go like this. So it seems like they're kind of pondering their options. Or sorry, the ban phase.
Yeah,
Taking
getting
that
down to
full
the wire.
timer, and we're locking in the Pantheon.
I like that, and most likely a Pantheon support. Could flex into the jungle, not the strongest role for Pantheon right now. It would be that support role that he shines the brightest in, offering that point and click CC and a good amount of damage mitigation with his E, as well as some strong poke damage with his Q. But the thing with Pantheon support is you kind of have to snowball that lane early with Pantheon, or else you get to the mid late game and you're just Pantheon and you're on support. So you end up being pretty useless outside of your stun. And a Nautilus answer here is going to do a lot as far as mitigating that aggression from the Pantheon because he offers a lot of CC himself.
Yeah, we actually saw some pretty cool, I don't know if you call them shenanigans or like teamwork / setup last week, I think it was, from the Raptors where they had like the Kai'Sa comboed with like Rengar and Pantheon. And I actually didn't like realize how cool like the lane ganks can be with that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
even if they don't snowball like pre-6, like there's definitely some potency there afterward.
Yeah, it was a tremendous amount of dive, and we see it. The perennial dive picked up here by Rain Freeze with the Nocturne in the jungle, and Sentinel's going to go ahead and answer with Lux Morgana. Both being picked at the same time tells me that Lux is most likely going to the mid lane with Morgana possibly going into the jungle. As we said, Pantheon can go, he can go top, jungle, or AD carry, even mid lane, but with the champions we see right now, kind of got to expect it's either a Morgana or a Pantheon jungle, as Annie is the lock-in for Krugs.
Yeah, a lot of maybe unconventional picks here so far, or maybe not a lot, but this is a pretty interesting draft. I mean, I expect that it'll be Lux mid, but maybe they got something secret cooked up.
Maybe it's a Lux Morgana bot lane.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because Annie playing Lux into Annie is actually pretty miserable because Annie just kills you every 5 minutes whenever she has
Yeah.
flash. You just get flash tibbers, then you get nuked before you can do anything.
Yeah.
So I mean, Lux has like the Lux can chunk the Annie out when flash is on cooldown, but whenever the Annie has flash, it's very miserable to play as the Lux.
Oh yeah. And the Ornn taken away. Sentinels don't want to see Mind's Desire on that pick as Krugs also banned the Aurelia. A lot of top lane focus this game. Is Lilia now the choice for Krugs for their final ban, and we'll see what Sentinels opt to round out their ban phase with. I assume they're going to target another top lane champion, maybe something like the Renekton, maybe something like the Volibear that we saw Mind's Desire absolutely pop off on last weekend. I wouldn't be surprised to see that Volibear ban come through, but maybe they have some other ideas. There it is.
And there it is. Even though the Volibear is banned, I'm not at all worried for Mind's Desire. I know he can play like anything.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of just a matter of what do I not want to play against?
Yeah. Yeah, and they will have last pick for their top laner as well, so can get a pretty favorable counter matchup if he opts to do that, as Sentinels will have to pick their top lane champion here. Graves being hovered makes me pretty curious about what the jungle pick's actually going to be if they end up locking that one in. Probably will be the Graves, and then we kind of just have to see where the Morgana and Pantheon are going. I think Jay Herbo in the chat had also said he believes it's going to be the Morgana and Lux bot lane, which is interesting. Haven't seen that yet in the Rec League this season.
I think it's actually Lux Pantheon bot. There's all sorts of flex here, yeah.
Yeah, I have
Like,
absolutely
we'll
no
see what they're
idea.
doing, and then we'll decide.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait till they trade and see where they end up going. Hopefully, we don't get memes too hard with the delayed trade. And now the top laner is left to choose for Mind's Desire on that north side of the map. We'll see what he tends to go for into the potentially Malphite, but you really have no idea. There's a lot of flexibility. And Renekton pretty good into most of those matchups that he could be going against, so I like that choice for Mind's Desire with the safe lane bully. So if this is what Sentinels are going with, it does look like they have the Malphite top, Graves jungle, the Lux is going mid for Tucker, no surprises there, and then the interesting pick for here is the Morgana with that Pantheon in the bot lane. Is a lot of kill pressure if you can land that CC, but there's going to be a lot of pressure on them in this bot lane, not having a standard AD carry. They have the Graves to provide that physical damage at some range in the later part of the game, but they kind of have to snowball this one early, especially with that Pantheon pick.
Yeah, but I think they kind of perhaps realize that maybe plays more to their strengths, so that's kind of why they drafted as they did, and it makes a lot of sense.
Oh, it definitely makes a lot of sense. When we get to the spectator delay here, let's take a look at this poll, see what the viewers are thinking of who they think is going to take this game. Krugs versus Sentinels. A lot of people voting Krugs here, about 75%. Sentinels with a 25%. A few loyal Sentinelites in the chat, but the overwhelming majority of fans do believe that Krugs will end up taking this game, as we see it go to 60-40 with one vote, so not too many votes in there. But yeah, Sentinels comp does all the CC and none of the damage. Endo pointing out in the chat. Now we're down to a 50-50 as Phoenix weighs in with his vote for Sentinels. And Kazuto with his vote for Sentinels taking them above, as well as Adolma sitting at 71% for Sentinels now, and that's a lot of pressure on them in this game to get things going early with the Pantheon. You want to see probably some roams to the mid lane, honestly, to combo with that Lux CC with the Pantheon. Morgana can be pretty safe in that bot lane with the self-black shield, and Graves should have an edge on Nocturne in the early part of the game. We'll see if Hot Soup 5 really pushes that advantage with the Graves, who is a bit stronger in that 1v1 dueling power. And there is a neat little interaction between Graves and Nocturne. If you actually hit Nocturne with your smoke screen, Graves has a voice line that he plays in the game specific to Nocturne. So little interesting fun fact for you guys there.
Oh man, so yeah, Hot Soup clearly trying to get into the mind of Rain Freeze.
Oh yeah,
with that voice line. So really nice counter pick there.
The chat with the stop counting.
Stop counting.
Very meta.
Oh man, I think
think
I think
Adolma's
Stream
vote
Elements is
counted
still
twice.
counting, or Streamlabs is still counting.
Yeah, so we're at 60-40 here. We got about a minute left on the spectator delay. I'll leave the poll run for a little bit. J Herbo, all votes after this mark are illegal. Oh, it counts every vote. I thought it only counted one vote per person, but Adolma has now voted 3 times, twice for
Wait,
one
does it
team.
really count them all? Let
Yeah.
me try. See if this changes.
Maybe Adolma has special privileges. I'm not sure. But all 3 of his votes 100% counted somehow. About 40
Oh, it just
seconds
changes
left
the thing.
here.
Okay.
And what do you think we're going to see level 1, Val? Do you think we're going to see some invade action coming out? We have a double snare, potentially a stun from the side of Sentinels. Do you think that Krugs is going to respect that, or maybe try to go for their own kind of level 1 shenanigans?
Well, I think like it would be a very big waste if the Sentinels didn't go for an invade.
Yeah.
However, I mean, the Krugs level 1 isn't bad either. I expect them to just kind of fan out and not deal with the mess that the Sentinels have to offer at level 1.
Yeah.
Particularly because I think the Krugs team just outscales the Sentinels like pretty hard. So um, if they don't like interact with the Sentinels early on, then the Sentinels could potentially lose a lot of their edge.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna recognize that and not try to do anything too fancy on this level 1.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Probably going to see a fan out, safe early game from the Krugs. And getting into the loading screen here, we can take a look at some of these skins and see who comes ahead with an early advantage as far as the aesthetic value of their team. Always a fan of the Snow Day Graves, is a classic. Ironside Malphite, pretty cool, but Hextech Renekton is probably taking the cake for me.
Yeah, I think even if it's not a great skin, anybody spent, you drop those 10 gemstones, you get the shout out. It works like
Oh,
that
yeah.
around here.
Yeah, shout out to Rainfreeze for the Hextech Nocturne as well, as the
Ooh.
Pajama Guardian Lux will be holding it down in the mid lane. I love those Pajama Guardian skins. The Urgot one is my favorite. Just it just doesn't make any sense at all. You'd love to see it.
I think I am a fan of the Snow Day Grapes though.
Yeah,
It's a little hot here, so it's not quite snowing, but soon, TM.
soon TM. Indeed. Nice Heroes of the Storm reference.
Yep, and it looks like we're not getting shenanigans. Okay. I actually kind of would have loved to have seen this Graves go mid.
Yeah,
I think Graves does pretty well into Annie mid, actually.
I think so as well. What game time are you at? I'm at 21, 22.
Okay, I am
23.
like 25 seconds ahead of you.
Let me catch up actually.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm gonna let it play from here because we're on the stream. So I'm
Sure.
at 32 right now.
Okay. Tell me when you're at like 38, 39.
All right, I'm at 38, 39, 40.
Sounds good.
All right. All right, we're in there. We're squared away. We're here. Week 7, Season 7 of the Rec League. Game number 1, Sentinels versus Krugs. And no spicy level 1 action, Neil. We are disappointed yet again. But honestly intelligent
like
for both
that.
of these teams to fan out. It do be like that sometimes.
I mean, you never know. Maybe they're going for some delayed action. Probably not, but we can hope. We're seeing some excellent emote control here from Grandma Nut in the mid lane,
Oh, yeah.
hitting him with the Lee Sin.
That's exactly what you're going to want to see if you're a
Don't know what
fan.
that conveys, but it conveys something, and I like it. That's good energy from Grandma Nut.
Yeah, the cryptic message is the best message, Valib, and that's what Grandma Nut is going to stick with on the Annie pick. Both junglers looking for the standard bot side leash here, which means they should end up, if they path conventionally, around the top side of the map at about the same time. Graves clear a little bit faster on these AoE camps, but not by much. So we might see an early 2v2 happen in that top lane if they end up ganking.
Honestly, I gotta think that. Okay, never mind. I take that back. Hot Soup's going for the Krugs. I was expecting Graves to actually beat Nocturne to the top lane here, but
Yeah, no
maybe
longer.
maybe Hot Soup has some different plans.
Ooh, Hook lands in the bot lane. Hey Dude 5 going to take a decent amount of damage, has the pot running now. We'll be down that potion to his support on the other side of the map, as not too much action here early. Junglers are kind of farming. The Krugs second camp is very interesting out of the Graves. I'm not sure if that's
Right.
something that you tend to go for when you're playing the jungle, as the early level 2 is hit by the bot lane. Immediate flash out of Hey Dude 5. Uptown Cord getting pretty low, has to flash as well, so that's both flashes burned in the bot lane by the Krugs bottom lane onto Sentinels early, and that's That's not what you want to see. That's a lot of kill pressure now for
Yeah,
the
that was
Krugs
like that
bot
was
lane.
pretty insanely timed there by Mont Blanc. Like he hit two, and dude was mashing Control Q. He was ready to level
Yeah,
that up.
he was already there.
You're,
So well done.
yeah, and we're seeing both junglers now on top side. Rainfree's actually going for the 3-camp clear and ready to gank Mouse Amazing in the top lane.
Yeah, Mouse Amazing not in the best spot to get ganked, but did step forward a little bit. The stun gonna land. Actually flashes before it goes. I'm not sure if Mind's Desire quite had that stun sitting on only level 2 as we see
Yeah.
the Pantheon go in the bot lane here. Puts some damage down, but takes so much more back. And Mont Blanc just so tanky on that Nautilus with
And
the
this
Aftershock.
is like a pretty tough situation for Sentinels here. Mind's Desire getting some good trades on the Mouse Amazing up top. But we're seeing that both bot laners, both Covert Panda and Mont Blanc.
Mid lane. Tucker's in a bad spot, gonna have to flash this wall, but Nocturne, Fear Tether goes down, but doesn't quite connect because he gets snared.
Yeah, wasn't able to
Spell
quite
shield
throw on that Shroud of Darkness. If he was able to spell shield that binding, that would have been a very swift kill.
Oh yeah. So clutch snare by Tucker in the mid lane. Did have to burn the flash. Now that's flashes down for Sentinels in the bot and mid
we are
lane.
seeing Hot Soup up top.
Yeah, Hot Soup going in. Gets a smoke screen. Gonna be a nice amount of damage. Probably not gonna be the kill. Might have actually been able to flash that last auto. His bot lane, Hey Dude 5 getting remarkably low. The heal going down. Pantheon blocked a few of the autos with his E, but unfortunately expired, and Covert Panda got that last auto attack for first blood onto Hey Dude 5 in the bot lane. And this is not how you wanted to see this bot lane go for Sentinels.
Very Chad move there by Covert Panda, flashing into turret range to finish off Hey Dude 5. And as I was saying, like I'm actually very surprised that the Krugs have so much kill pressure down here, and it looks like Rainfreeze might even be sniffing out a dive, but
Yeah, they're looking
you
for
know
it.
that this Morgana is about to be back here.
Hook goes wide. So I think that'll signal them to call that one off.
Yep.
Nocturne might actually get caught out here. Doesn't have that flash available. Probably going to end up falling. Does get stunned up.
Wrong
Bind
hood
it up
home.
as well. Wrong hood for sure. Hot Soup 5 taking the kill, getting double buffs refreshed on himself. And that Graves, what you want to see in the early games, that Graves snowballing has about a 2-camp lead now and the kill. Should be able to run over the map with this Nocturne if he plays it correctly, but that remains to be seen.
And I mean, yeah, this is a really refreshing look for Hot Soup 5, right? Like we've seen some very aggro play from him in the past couple of weeks, but wasn't able to, really pick up the sizable advantage. But he's got it now, so let's see what he can do with it.
He does have it now. It looks like they might try to transition this into an early dragon, but end up backing off after they see that river scuttle crab was already taken by Rainfreeze. Don't want to go for that on vision.
Definitely need to mention this. Let's like up top.
The CS.
Yeah, 25
CS.
CS by 5.5 minutes. I mean, of course, Mouse Amazing will pick up probably, like 6 or 7 from this wave, but that is huge.
It's a big lead.
And maybe I can actually talk about this now. So I was surprised to see so much aggression from Covert Panda and Mont Blanc earlier, but never mind, mid lane.
Yeah, we see that flash Tibbers like we called out, and he doesn't have the ignite available. Actually, stun does land, so now she has no flash, and Graves should be able to pick up this kill easily. One more auto attack will do it, but the creeps has to flash for it. The TP coming in now from Malphite. Doesn't have level 6 though. He's coming in. There's some action bot lane as well. We're going to pan back to that mid lane as Graves isn't able to pick up anything else. And meanwhile, bot lane, we did miss a kill. Mont Blanc going in once again on the Uptown Cord, who falls. Now sitting on 0-1 for both bot laners. Massive CS lead for the bot lane and the top lane of Krugs.
Yeah,
and
that was actually in a bad spot. Really big. Oh, they're still going. Yeah, that was like really big sad for Tucker in the mid lane. Like after Annie blew her load, Tucker was able to return with the Q stun, but Tucker didn't actually have enough mana to ult. So yeah. Annie didn't fall immediately, and Graves had to flash for it.
Yeah, and unfortunately,
we are seeing the dragon started up here by the Krugs.
Yeah, should be a pretty free dragon for them. Mid lane prio, top lane's roaming down, and Malphite TPing in like that is typically really good, but only level 5 wasn't able to offer too much, and this is just going to give Krugs this prio and this Drake as the hook lands.
Doesn't want to give it.
Dude 5 going in for whatever reason.
Wrong hood,
soaking a lot of damage up with that E for Uptown Cord. Graves on the other side of the dragon pit now, though. There's actually a lot of damage potential onto Rainfreeze, but no, Graves. I don't know if he can do this one.
Has
to dodge a lot of the CC. And he's here now as well. There's no one else on the team of Sentinels even close to the area. Lux and Malphite so far away. Hook lands. Unfortunately, chain CC down now for Hot Soup 5 and Sentinels with Krugs with another kill. Sentinels with another death. Malphite's here with that level 6, but
Yeah, unfortunately, looks like the Sentinel is just kind of going in one after the other, and that's not going to work into 3 or 4 people.
Yeah, there was a
Um,
lot of potential there for Hatsu 5 to pick up some
yeah,
kills, but the CC from Krugs was just too strong.
and like I was actually very shocked that Covert Panda and Mont Blanc were doing so well in this lane because they like the Ashe started Cull and like Panda and Mont Blanc both had biscuits, so I was expecting them to kind of go for like a longer lane, right? Like
Yeah,
this extend this out. But it kind of also makes sense because like you got biscuits, you can surprise people with winning trades.
absolutely.
We are seeing, however, 3 kills onto the Nautilus, so that's a really good thing for the
Yeah, not
Sentinels.
the best distribution of gold for
Yeah,
Krugs
but
whatsoever.
honestly, like if I'm the Krugs, we definitely take those. Like your bot lane's 4-0 essentially at this point. Like that's huge,
Yeah,
and there's especially with the draft that the Sentinels have, I don't think that there's going to be any slowing down here from the Krugs.
no, Krugs gonna keep the pedal to the metal here in this game for sure. They have the CC and the catch to be able to get onto Sentinels really whenever they want to. We see the
Right.
Tibbers go wide there from Grandma Nut in the mid lane, but that's just a threat. But
Yeah,
Tucker,
and we're already seeing a 2,000 gold lead. However, Hot Soup is level 6 in the mid lane. Rainfreeze is 5. He's going to be walking into this Graves.
yeah, ends up backing away. Malphite coming down now. Might actually look to go for this dragon since Annie is chunked. It looks like they're pushing out the lane. Nocturne still 5. A hook lands in bot lane. A nice black shield from Hey Dude 5 followed up by a snare. And I'd like to see bot lane not play so aggro for Sentinels. Just rotate to your team and take the dragon. They're all there. Maybe they're baiting because Malphite is coming down now.
Yeah, that was a very scary trade. But
Nice
hey, dude, with the
binding.
flash stun.
Malphite
Hot Soup.
hits 2. A great play by Mouse Amazing to pick up the kill. Their heal burned by Hey Dude 5 to keep Mouse Amazing topped off. And starting this dragon is looking better and better for Sentinels. They just have to do it. Nocturne's on the top side of the map. They can take this with impunity
Yeah.
here. Renekton teleport not available.
Yeah, unfortunately, definitely a nice pickup there, but perhaps some miscommunication on the side of the Sentinels. Looked like both Malphite and Graves ulted there. I think you only needed one of those, but hey, kill secured. Man, that's a 300 gold shutdown bonus onto the Malphite.
That's big.
But all the while, like,
Look at those plates.
this is one big crocodile in the top lane.
Yeah, double CS on Mouse
Yeah,
Amazing.
and Rainfree is
plates.
wisely starting up this Rift Herald. Yeah, so even though Malphite got that 700 gold off that 1 kill, uh, Malphite's still down 1,000 gold
Yeah.
to this crocodile.
Yep, and the even larger gold lead in the bot lane for Covert Panda, sitting on a 1,400 gold lead for himself on the back of some great hooks by Mont Blanc. This
Yep.
lane looking really easy for them.
Yep, and so we are seeing a global lead of 3,000 gold. And I love this, giving Mind's Desire the Rift Herald, the Eye of the Herald. That's just going to help him just keep steamrolling lanes and picking up extra gold.
Hard agree. I mean, I gotta say, I would have liked to see them put that mid lane. There's only one plate left on the top lane tower, so giving it to your top laner when there's only one plate left to take, and you still have 3 minutes to take it, I think you want to get some gold onto this Annie here, who's a little bit behind and
Sure, I agree.
a
We are
lot more
seeing the ult
plates.
in the mid lane, going just wide from Covert Panda. So I don't actually think that Mind's Desire is going to use the Rift Herald for this one plate. I think he's going to take this turret and then probably rotate elsewhere, because he still has 3 full minutes on turret plating, so he's not in any rush. We are seeing a hook in the mid lane by Mont Blanc.
A nice hook. A snare, unfortunately, not quite under the tower. Not a lot of follow-up damage available. Graves ult was available, but Pantheon here now as well. Graves going in,
Nocturne's
Nocturne ult
going in
coming
onto
down.
the Lux, I assume. Oh, he lost vision.
Lux with the barrier, should be able to get out. Gets the snare. Fear Tether not going to go down. And the binding under tower. Such a
Oh,
nice
big
binding by
sad.
Hey Dude and the counter kill as they chase Grandma up through the jungle and pick up another kill. Sentinels, 2 kills on the map now as Mouse Amazing runs for his life from Mind's Desire, but the rest of the map looking really good for Sentinels right now at a 2-kill lead.
Oh, such a big sad for Rainfreeze as the resident Nocturne player. Like, I've been there many times. It's like, oh, this kill is so good. You hit R, lose vision.
Mind's Desire maybe in a bad spot here. No flash available. He's kind of greeting for this tower, but he's getting collapsed on by 4 members.
Oh yeah, he doesn't
Stun
have
going to go
ult
down.
anymore.
Malphite
He had ult, I
ultimate
think.
doesn't go through, unfortunately. CC not quite there, but they do get the kill. Malphite takes it with the shutdown gold, putting that
Great
rock
cross
back in the
down.
game.
And man, I wish they would actually send Grandma Nut top lane here to let Mind's Desire take mid and the turret plating.
Hey, MWCW709, subscribed at Tier 1 on a 4-month streak. Thank you so much for the sub.
Dude, that's 5
Appreciate the
months.
support.
Don't call him out for 4. That's
Oh
a
no,
5
5-month
month
sub,
friend.
4-month streak.
but what's more important, the streak or the months?
I don't know, man. It calls out the
Dude,
streak, so it seems pretty. It seems pretty important.
MWCW 709. I appreciate your 5 months, my friend. I got you. I'm looking out for you. I'll keep this sizable
uh,
man honest. I
White
got
Knight
you.
Neil. You love to see it.
Yeah, so actually, now it looks like my desire is like, yo, like get out of mid, that's mine, go top. Um, Grandma not able to take one wave away from the Renekton,
Yeah.
and now making the switch.
Yeah, it
Or
looks
they're
like they
just
are
looking
going to drop that Herald in the mid lane here.
to potentially. It's too early to drop it yet. Okay, it's not. I lied. Actually, yeah, there's only 1 minute left. That makes sense.
Yeah,
It'll
they
help
want to
you
get
chunk
that
this road
down.
out as well. We are seeing a big 5-man gangbang coming mid.
Oh, Mind's Desire maybe in a bad spot again here. Going to take a lot of damage. Lux going to end up picking that kill up, and Annie has to run for her life. Away from the rest of the team, as Sentinels with the 5-man gangbang squad here is just all over the place, and
Yeah, I mean,
Krug's looking a little lost right now.
we've seen some people such
Oh,
as
Grandma Nut in a terrible spot. These bindings from Haydude have been on point, and the nice stopwatch to prevent the rest of the damage coming through. The shield from Lux does prevent the Ignite tick from taking out Haydude 5. Phenomenal play by Sentinels to get that pick and lose no members. Haydude 5 looking really clean on this Morgana.
and the
Outside of the
Sentinels
lane
are
phase.
not going gently. They are here to play. They're saying, yeah, we're down, so what? You guys, we're just gonna outmove you. Like, we're not gonna play conventional league. We're gonna 5-man this crocodile.
Yeah.
We've seen some rec league crocs get pretty thick. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like Endo probably has
Cover
done it
Panda.
at least once, and yeah, just 5-man.
Honestly, the Cover Panda might have been didn't have the flash available, so I think Mas Maisie might have just been able to ult onto
Dude,
the
I
Ashe and
hate
pick the
these
kill up.
Ash skins so much. I can never tell what's a hawk shot
Yeah.
and what's an enchanted crystal arrow.
Yeah. I think there's a few that are actually banned because of that. And Tucker going to get hooked. Unfortunate for him. Probably going to end up falling here. Has the barrier, but shouldn't be enough. Stun goes through, and
will
Mont
Mont
Blanc
Blanc take
again
the kill?
getting
Yes,
the kill.
he will.
4 kills onto that Nautilus and only 1 onto the Ashe. That's not what you want to see. And I don't
Yeah, it
think
was a
Sentinels
nice
really
flash
want to be
hook by
here.
Mont Blanc, and he's going again onto the Pantheon.
Sentinels in a bad spot right here, but end up being able to get out. Binding
TP's
goes
coming in
wide.
from Mind's Desire.
Yeah, I don't think
And,
if you're Sentinels, you
they're,
want to take this fight.
They want this dragon, I think.
Lux isn't alive. I think you just give this. It's only the
Yeah.
second drag of the game.
But, you know, we thought they should give the one earlier, and they didn't, so we'll see what happens. Or at least at the fight, right? So
Yeah.
they actually, the Sentinels actually did secure the first dragon, but
Yes.
they...
Uh-oh. And basing on a ward is never going to be a good omen for your
Oh.
team, as the double kill coming in here for Mind's Desire, picking up both kills on the bot lane
Yeah.
of Sentinels, and this Croc is getting pretty big.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mind's Desire stealing those kills away from Mont Blanc, so I would have loved to have seen a 6-kill Nautilus.
Oh, yeah, the classic KS, you know, your support really needs that gold. He's going Sunfire Cape. He's clearly going for a tanky build, so you want to get him all the gold that you can.
Sunfire is damage. That's not tank. He's ready to kill.
To be fair. Sunfire Leandries.
Yeah, we are seeing the Blade of the Rune King completed on the Ashe, as well as the Renekton. On the side of the Sentinels, they do have the Warrior Enchant on Graves and Ludens on their mid laner. And the Umbral Glaive on the Pantheon is also definitely worth mentioning.
Yeah. And so where we see leads here for Krugs is in that top lane and in their bottom lane. The jungle and mid are actually ahead for Sentinels, and that's been showing with how these fights have been going. The Graves is massive. The Lux is pumping out a lot of damage, and he's pretty behind. And that's a large part of the engage for Krugs is that Flash Tibbers. And if that's not doing enough damage, the follow-up might not be enough to secure some kills. But fortunately for them, Sentinels did pick a pretty squishy roster. As
Yeah, I would really like to
Mont
see
Blanc freezing the lane
nice
and gets
catch by
a Lux
Tucker
combo.
onto Mont Blanc, really solid chunk. I would really like to see Uptown Cord make use of this Pantheon ult sometime soon.
Yeah.
Definitely, I feel like that definitely hasn't been maximized yet, but maybe they're just waiting for the perfect moment.
Yeah, on someone like the Mind's Desire, maybe overextending the top lane, get a Pantheon down there. On someone like Grandma Nut, the Annie's super vulnerable in that bot
Yeah,
lane. Just send the
but-
Pantheon there.
But this is like so difficult for the Sentinels to play right now because you can't ever 1v1 Mind's Desire. And if he has his ult, he can 2v1 or maybe even 3v1 you right now because he's level 11. That's a rank 2 ult. So it becomes very difficult to play around this Renekton, right? So either you leave him to do his thing and you try and force on everyone else, or you just leave everyone else alone and try and like gangbang the Renekton. But you gotta pick one or the other because
Yeah.
the longer this game goes, the more beneficial it is for the Krugs.
Yep, Krugs definitely have the superior scaling comp here. Malphite always going to be a solid engage for Sentinels, but being so behind, 2 levels down, about
Yeah.
70 CS down,
And
he's
you
not
can
going to
tell
be
Uptown
tanky for a
Court here
while.
is like fishing for an ult, but I don't think that's it. Okay, good.
Yeah, just some posturing here.
I was
The
like, yeah.
flash over the wall. Nocturne getting pretty low. Should end up falling here to the Graves Ult. No, gonna go onto the champion in front of him, and they're flashing out. Annie killed Malphite, not tanky, and then then Hey
Yeah.
Dude 5 just in the enemy backline with nobody else there with him. Just a phenomenal amount of
Yeah.
damage coming out of Krugs, and Sentinels had no answer.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looked like a really nice window for Mouse Amazing to go in on the Malphite, hitting the, going for the flash ult, but that rock smash, that unstoppable force didn't actually hit anything.
Yeah, it looked very
So
stoppable.
yes, it was stopped.
Ooh, the hook
but
max
his
range
teammates
from
kind of
Panda.
kept going.
Hatsu 5 getting chain stunned. Mind's Desire picking up another kill.
Yeah.
Luxalt comes down to clear the Herald and some of the creep wave.
Nice job by Tucker to take out Shelly before getting a charge onto the inhib.
Shirley, actually, it's the second one.
Sorry, Shirley.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're sisters.
I apologize. I
gotta keep you straight.
I didn't
here.
realize that. Yeah, that was the second one. But yeah, this is now in 7,500 lead for the Krugs. 18 minutes. Becomes very difficult to find some counterplay here.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the way Sentinels have conducted themselves in this game in order to get kills on their champions. It's kind of just sending everybody at a few people, landing their CC and chaining it up for a bunch of damage. But the further this game goes along, the Renekton is going to be harder and harder to pick off like that. The Nautilus going tanky already has that stone play completed. Going to be harder to pick off like that. And then really some of your only targets become that Nocturne and Annie because Ashe is going to be playing pretty far back. It just gets harder, like you said, as the later this game goes, and they're setting up a death bush here.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Sentinels have to be
that
playing
auto-attack was...
this Lux in a team fight, like Lux Malphite in a team fight.
They can see you in that bush when you're auto-attacking.
Because Lux is all of their damage right now.
Yeah.
And, I mean, have we seen Pantheon use his ult once this game?
We have. We saw it one time into the mid lane. That is the only ult we have seen out of Uptown Court. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities, to be fair. His team hasn't really been in position to capitalize on that. And both teams went around this dragon.
Or maybe he hasn't been creating opportunities.
That is a chance as well.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Chain CC going to go on to Mont Blanc, but he's so tanky, just going to shrug that off.
Yeah.
He did pop the gargoyles, though, so that will be down for the next fight. Shouldn't be super important, as he already is pretty tanky. And
Morgana does have Zonias available. Unfortunately, no flash, but like honestly, I think with the Mobies and heal, you can kind of try to zoom into the middle of the team, throw down an ult. But I'm not sure if they'll be using the Morg for initiation, or maybe they just want to kind of use it to peel backline for like the Crocodile, or maybe even the Nocturne.
Krug's given a lot of respect right now to this Malphite engage potential as Rain Freeze, Spell Shields.
Rain Freeze potentially caught out.
Hey Dude 5 deleted instantly. Rain Freeze still alive, ends up falling there to Malphite, but the rest of the team is just getting completely zoned. Lux with a good combo actually onto Covert Panda, takes him out. Hatsu 5 going to fall in the back line, and then we have Tucker here. The last remaining member of his team in this fight as Malphite recalls, trying to get some poke damage down, but the backline access for Krugs was so strong that even though they had that nice dive.
And we're seeing just the, the 5-minute Annie gameplay. Flashes up, all right, Rain Freeze, you're mine. Like, Grandma Nut just delete somebody and rinse and repeat every 5 minutes.
Yeah, nice little flow chart. Is flash available? If yes, flash. Ooh, and Tucker in the wrong spot here. Gonna get taken out.
My son. Goodbye, child.
Ooh, nice flash. Mind's Desire actually not having flash won't be able to catch Tucker, so well played. Skill shots go wide there, but shouldn't matter.
Stupid caster doesn't know anything.
Ooh, Mind's Desire actually going super ham for this. Malphite here as well.
I was going to give him the E.
Gets slowed, going to get stunned up. We'll see if they can chain him with anything. The Lux damage does go through, and Pantheon picks up the kill as Krugs pick up that dragon, sitting on 2 dragons for themselves. Only 2 more to get to that Ocean Soul point, which at that point I feel if Krugs end up getting the Ocean Soul, it's going to be near impossible for Sentinels to fight them.
And a very, very uncharacteristic overstep there by Mind's Desire. So he's probably feeling himself. He knows that they're in a good position. He's like, nah, this is fine. But hey, man, unfortunately, without your ult, you can still get popped by Tucker, who's it's just out a surprising amount of damage, especially considering that the only MR Mind's Desire has is those Merc Treads.
Yeah, I mean, the Merc Tread showed there with the CC not lasting very long from the Pantheon, but it wasn't enough. The damage was there. Uptown Court, unfortunately, taking that kill for his team did not go over to Tucker. But, we see some greedy supports in this game, Neil.
Dude, I mean, hey, the Pantheon's just trying to keep up with his counterpart, right? Like, oh man, this Nautilus is ahead. I need to match him.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. There's some big dick energy coming out from Mont Blanc in the bot lane, and Uptown Cord trying to match that, but another Death Bush being set up here
Yeah,
by
I would love
Sentinels.
to see Hot Soup try and get up in Rain Freeze's grill here.
I want to see
Um,
them wait this one out.
oh man, you're stacking against an Annie. Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah. Hawkshot was on the
Okay.
Baron, so did not actually see them in this bush. I will see if they're very
Stacking against an
patient.
Annie is
Cover
scary.
Panda lingering around the edge here. Oh, and they all get every single one of them get revealed.
Yeah,
The
but the
gig is
thing
up.
is like the Krugs are never actually going to step up into that river. They just need to know that the Sentinels aren't doing Baron because they have this crocodile splitting bot. Um, so as long as the Krugs can just stall, like if the Sentinels don't answer this crocodile, they're screwed. It looks like they're finally like wising up and trying to make something happen, but you already got that cannon wave crashing bot, and Mind
Yeah.
Desires still doesn't have to retreat. He can keep going.
Oh, another hook in the mid lane. Tucker gonna get CC down. Should be able to get taken out here. Mont Blanc with the kill again. Annie picks one up onto Hey Dude 5 as Grandma Nut makes it out, and the Nocturnal comes down, but Pantheon's just chain CC to death. Mind Desire getting that kill. Graves running out. Is gonna get chased down. Bork going through as Mind Desire pops the ultimate, but Graves just has to walk away. And Malphite not there for that fight, but probably wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah, Malphite still does have ultimate, which makes sieging this turret much more
Another
scary.
hook by Mont Blanc onto Hubtown Cord, and Mont Blanc has just been a sniper with these hooks, crucially donating that kill over there to Grandma Nut.
Yeah, I
Who
mean,
is now
Mont Blanc
5 and
playing
3.
phenomenally, and we got Covert Panda playing point guard Ash over here.
Yeah,
1 and 13 on your ADC, 15 KP. What is that? Like 83% KP, but 13 assists. That's a feels bad, but I mean,
that is
he's doing
feels
his
bad.
job, and Mont Blanc's just absolutely terrorizing the Sentinels here.
Yeah, could have 15 kills right now on the Ash. That would be absolutely insane, but he's still, he's getting the gold that he needs for himself. Sitting on 2 items now. He's going to be dishing out a lot of damage in these fights, and this is just an uphill battle at this point for
Yeah,
Sentinels.
and we are seeing like pretty much like 1,500 gold in the pocket of every Krug right now. So you got to expect that they're going to be looking to hit their next item spike, reset, and then start dancing around Baron.
Yeah, it should be pretty cut and dry for them. Hey Dude 5 clearing some vision out in the Baron pit because they know that's probably going to be an option. Pantheon ultimate used in the bot lane will stun up Mind's Desire, but this Merc Tread's not going to keep him stunned for long. Exhaust goes down, Malphite ultimate goes down as well. Mind's Desire chunking
Yeah,
up
they
down
don't have
Cord
any more
so hard,
damage
gets
left.
the
They just
kill, they
used
have no
everything.
damage. Graves is here now, but Mind's Desire can just walk this one out. They have nothing left to catch up to him and stick onto him. So he's just going to walk this one out. No emote spam, surprisingly. Definitely seemed like an emote-worthy
Yep,
moment.
and wisely, the Baron is being started up by the rest of the Krugs,
Yeah,
and
Mind's
Annie's going
Desire
fishing.
just deleting Mouse Mason in this bot lane. As Annie takes the kill off screen onto Hey Dude 5. Should give this Baron pretty freely over. Rain Freeze getting picked off by Tucker with a nice ult.
Hey.
Ash ult gonna land. Chain stun from Annie. It will be the kill for Grandma
Oh.
Nut. Godlike on this Annie now. And Tucker with a nice
Yep.
pick, but probably not going to change the outcome of this Baron
Yeah,
take.
really
Graves
nice
in the area,
14
though.
assist Ash gameplay here.
Yeah. Oh, and Hatsu 5 walking in just a little too early. Probably could have played around the periphery of that fight and
Yes,
waited for a
Nautilus
steal.
carry, let's go. 15 assist Ash.
Yeah, insane. 628 Nautilus, and this should be the Baron going over to Krugs. I think Graves might have been able to be a little cheekier there and wait for the smite secure, as there was no jungler for Krugs, but a little ahead of himself and gets caught. Malphite
Yeah.
flashes in to get the shutdown.
That was amazing, picking off Grandma Nut. Very nice. And, I mean, yeah, maybe Hatsub could have waited, but I don't blame him. But Mind's Desire is just going ham.
Yeah, and the heal popped. Ultimate gonna go down. There should be a kill. They do give it over.
And Tucker is now sitting on a death cap, so
Yeah,
this
he's
dude
big.
is actually dishing out the damage. It's time to consider buying some MR. We are seeing the Death Stance completed for Mind's Desire, so that'll be a huge help. And yes, he wisely returns some of the stuff he bought. He returns some stuff and picks up the Spectre's Cowl.
Yeah.
Maybe he just full bought a Black Cleaver. I forget, but nonetheless, he has a Spectre's Cowl, and yeah, he's not trying to get one-shot by Tucker anymore.
No, absolutely not. A wise choice by Mind's Desire. As we see Krugs take that third dragon, will be putting themselves on Ocean Soul Point here in about 5 minutes' time. It's going to be a crucial fight for Sentinels if they can delay this Ocean Soul for Krugs, because I think honestly Ocean Soul will be the nail in the coffin for Sentinels this game.
I don't think that this game is making it to Soul Point, or sorry, to Soul.
don't think
We are
so?
seeing we still have quite a a fair amount of the Baron timer left on, at least Mont Blanc here. So, and this bot tower is extremely weak. You got to expect they're just going to be trying to take the second inhib.
To be fair, but I mean, with that being said, Mind's Desire actually goes to the top lane now. Maybe
Sure.
looking to just clear all these outer towers out first
No,
before they
I,
move
I
to the
think they're
inhibitor
just going
towers.
for the 1-4 here.
Hmm,
Mind's Desire, he's a raid boss. Like it
fair.
takes two people to deal with him. So you send two people top, you only have three people in the bot lane plus like Baron minions. 3v4 plus Baron minions, very hard to deal with.
Yeah, and all you're going to lose for that is the mid lane outer towers, so
Right.
not a big worry. Looking pretty bleak for Sentinels here, Vala,
Mhm.
but if you're on the Sentinels team right now, what kind of calls are you making in comms? How are you planning on winning some of these fights and coming back?
I'm five manning Mind's Desire right now.
5 minute Mind's
I
Desire right
know
now.
that their next
Looks like they're
target's
heading
going
up
to be
there.
bot lane. You don't actually see any of the Krugs bot side, so go for the 5-man top, see what happens. You got nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah, looks like they are going for it. Does get spotted out. They're going to have to go quick, though. Oh, Mind's Desire stepped forward at the wrong time. Is going to get CC'd up. Nautilus ultimate still available. A lot of damage going down, but none of the CC actually landing. Malphite ultimate goes down, but he's just so tanky, and he's dishing out actually way more damage than he's taking. Picks the kill up onto Tucker. Gets exhausted now. Late exhaust really out of Uptown Court as they just have no damage left to kill Mind's Desire, and he's just running over them as the rest of the team takes the map. The Annie with the kill in the base, and Rain Freeze picking up one for himself. Mind's Desire finishing off the last kill for the clean ace for Krugs as they hit the Nexus towers and eventually the Nexus and take game one in an honestly dominating fashion, Val.
Yeah, big Bud Light ace there to finish it off, and yeah, I think I don't think there's any one thing that we can pinpoint kind of went wrong for the Sentinels. I think it's time to go back to the drawing board and
Yeah.
let's draft something a little more fun. Let's let's get some spice in there, Sentinels.
Yeah, you want to see some spice. I mean, we saw a little bit of spice with Morgana Pantheon bot lane, but it wasn't it for Sentinels. Just fell too far behind in the early game and had some nice plays where they got some good picks in skirmishes around the mid and bot lane. But Mind's Desire just so huge in that game, kind of ran away with it and just provided way too much pressure on the map for Sentinels to be able to deal with or to make plays elsewhere, since they had to send so many people to him. Uh, but yeah, I want to see a little more of a fun draft out of Sentinels. Maybe some more cheesy picks, a little bit more surprising picks. Putting Mouse Mazing on a Malphite, not really what I want to see on your highlight player.
Right.
Just on like an alt tank. So we'll see if they pull anything interesting out for game number 2. But with that, we're going to send it to a quick timer, and we'll be right back for game number 2, Krugs versus Sentinels. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, guys, we are back. Game number one, going the way of Krugs in the Sentinels versus Krugs matchup in Season 7, Week 7 of the Rec League. I am Sable, Sizable, joined by Neil Valib,
Here,
TFT Master.
here.
He's here just in time. And Valib, after that game one, what kind of adaptations do you think we're going to see out of Sentinels for this game number two, if any?
I think we need more cheese. More cheese.
So we're
I
thinking
think, or actually,
Timo's.
wait, maybe not. Maybe that was their cheese. I don't know.
It was a
I
little
feel like
cheesy.
you got a hard commit to tradition, like a traditional comp, or like like a meta comp, or hard commit to cheese. I would like to see them try and like identify where perhaps they have like some mismatches. Like I think Hot Soup, likely has an edge over Rain Freeze in the jungle,
Hmm.
just by straight elo wise, right? So I would like to see Hot Soup try and disrupt Rain Freeze's gameplay.
Yeah,
Didn't really see, he had the Graves in the Nocturne last game, which was like so heavily Graves favored, but he never actually like got up in the Nocturne's grill.
right.
He kind of let Nocturne just coast and do his thing. I'd like to see Rain Freeze, or sorry, Hot Soup like attack the jungler specifically.
Yeah, I as well. I mean, we saw that early kill in the Graves, the CS lead, potential snowball there, and they just kind of farmed his own jungle. Didn't do a lot of looking for that Nocturne at that point in the game. And like you said, I think he did have an opportunity to get up in his face in that game and kind of just let it go by the wayside. The rest of the map was kind of falling around him, to be fair, which does make it
Sure.
pretty hard as a jungler. You feel like you just have to farm to get to that carry point for your team because if you gank, they're just going to kill your laner anyway. So it's a tough decision to make as a jungler, but I think Hot Soup 5 is the player that can do it. And we're into champ
Oh yeah,
select
for
here.
sure.
Someone said R, someone else said wait, but we sent it. So
Okay. Do we need to potentially remake, or we just
hopefully not,
okay?
but we'll see.
Oh yes, let's all read Zabel's DMs on the stream.
Yeah.
Let's see it, dude. I can message people if you need.
Oh yeah. It looks like they're good. I haven't gotten any messages, so guess they're good to go. Desire isn't bannable, says D-Sparg, as Sentinels will disagree and take that Ornn away, and maybe potentially a lot of top lane focused bans here as the Yone taken away from Sentinels. They don't want to see anybody on that one if you're Krugs. An interesting ban. I haven't really seen a lot of Yone in the Rec League. I'm not sure if Tucker's just been spamming that one.
I think he's been playing it a bit. I haven't, at least I haven't checked his match history the past couple of weeks. I know there was some Yone when we played them, we being Gromp, which was probably like what 2 weeks ago, or maybe 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it's definitely in Tucker's wheelhouse. Tucker, that champion fits his style. So I think banning it makes sense, and looks like the Krugs do not want to deal with Lilia either.
Oh, looks like they don't want to. And a call out for Joagger, resubscribe with Twitch Prime for 2 months in a row. Thank you, Joagger, for the sub, getting us ever closer to those fabled Rec League jerseys. And the Ash ban, going to be the last one for the side of Sentinels. Don't opt to ban out Mind's Desire. It seems pretty hard to ban out a player like that who has such a deep champion pool.
Yeah.
So probably a good choice.
Yeah, and I mean, especially since the Krugs do have blue side, like, if there's not one thing that you're particularly scared of, like, you don't necessarily have to go ham on the bans on him, because you should have counter pick anyway on the red side. So.
Oh.
Yes!
Tarek
yes.
Yee. Is this a funnel comp?
So, Mr. Zabel, funny you ask, is funneling acceptable, permissible?
Well, there's no rule against funnel as a legitimate strategy in League of Legends. Not really a good strategy anymore, but we'll see if they can make it work. It had like a very brief lifetime as the instant answer to the Master Yi, and the Malzahar is just picked up immediately by Grandma Nut. So that's not really a champion you want to see if you're playing Master Yi with the point click CC.
Right.
But
yeah, and I love that recognition by the Krugs. Like, yes, that's a good pick.
It would be a shame if somebody had a point click suppression.
Yeah, and you gotta expect them to go even heavier on the CC here, and paired with the Morgana. I love this Sentinels. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, Morgana heads up pick. Keep that Yi safe. Keep him invulnerable with the Tarek. But there's so much crowd control on the side of Krugs here, Neil. They have the Leona, Malzahar, and now Sejuani taken for Rain Freeze in the jungle. We'll see if they just opt around at their comp with more CC as Renekton banned away from Mind's Desire. They don't want to see that one.
Love it. And I am on board with this. I have, we're seeing some S-Gurk ETOBs, but with this draft, I kind of want to vote Sentinels. I still think this will end up being a Krug win, but this is spicy. This is very spicy. Um, the so I'm not sure where this Taric is actually going. Right?
Yeah.
Is it going to be a Taric top? Is it going to be a Taric mid? Is it going to be a Taric? It has to be one of the solo laners, right? Yeah.
So how does the strategy typically go when you have Tarek-E? Do they go to the bot lane?
No. It's mid or top.
Mid or top? Okay.
Yeah. Into a Malza. I assume it'll be mid. Yeah, because I don't think they're gonna want to interact with Mind's Desire, or
No.
maybe they want to interact with him because they're like it's a 2v1, he can't steamroll.
To be fair.
The problem is that if this is a Taric mid, Mind's Desire is most likely going to get an advantage or have priority over Mouse Mazing anyway, which means Mind's Desire can then go hunting for the Yi in the jungle. That can definitely be scary, right? Like 1v2.
Yeah.
But you can at least disrupt the Yi by like just being a nuisance or chunking him out or even taking his camps. So there's oh my gosh, and they're pairing this with a Yumi.
Yeah. So
They're
a
going
pretty
all in.
pretty standard draft
but
here from Krugs.
This Jax pickup is so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, the one champion that can 1v1 a Master Yi
Yeah.
is probably that Jax, and will be pretty huge as Mind's Desire tends to get in the top lane. We'll see if they round out their 4 supports and a Master Yi pick for Sentinels. The Ari Hover says no, but maybe they just want some pick potential.
No, I think the Ari makes sense. It's has some solid damage, solid wave clear, and some solid, some decent CC as well.
Yeah.
It's all about setting up stuff for this Master Yi and being able to pick people off. It is slightly concerning not having actual ranged ADC, like a ranged physical damage dealer. More Yumi is kind of but it makes a lot of sense in the grand scheme of things if you're going all in on the Yi.
Yeah, it makes sense, and they can play relatively safe in the bot lane. Won't have the engage from Pantheon constantly going in and honestly getting picked off by Uptown Cord. He can just kind of hover on the Morgana and poke out Samira and Leona in that bot lane and try to just not die with the Black Shield over the Leona CC in the bot lane. So it's a decent lane into the Leona, you got to think, but again, they're really hard relying on Hot Soup 5 getting ahead here, and again, Mouse Mazing on kind of a tanky utility
I actually
pick.
do like the decision to send the Taric top, particularly, well, for a few reasons. One, because I think it just makes more sense to just, you're going to clear your wave and leave the Jax to his own. So, like if the Taric is mid, then you run the risk of like the Malzahar following you in and the Jax following you in, but
Yeah.
The Malzahar should never actually be able to follow in, right? Ari should always have at least the edge there, I think. And this way, like, yeah, the Jax, like, it's kind of left to his own. He can't really disrupt the Yi as much this way. The second thing is that I think it makes a lot more sense to have the highest elo player on a team on as part of the funnel, like as the Taric, right?
Right.
You can really make this Yi, like the quality of the Taric player here, like
it's
like,
important.
changes the Yi's play so much that it makes so much sense to have Mouse Mazing on Taric duty here.
Oh yeah, yeah. You definitely want good time Taric ultimates. Don't want to be whiffing that one, because that's like probably the only thing that's going to win your team fights if you are relying on Master Yi for 90% of your damage, and he just gets popped before the Taric ultimate can come through.
Yeah, but this is like so smartly drafted here by the side of the Krugs. Like they have very solid anti-funnel tech. You got the super hard CC from Malzahar that'll blow the QSS. Follow that up with Leona, and all the while, like you got a Samira. So if Yi wants to kill the ADC, like he's gonna take a beating while doing so. And I mean, Jax, that counter strike can just absolutely nullify, and all those right clicks that Yi can put out.
Yeah, and the Sejuani on top of it with the 2v2 power. Sejuani and Jax going to have a lot of strength in this top lane, trying to kill this Taric early. Taric's surprisingly hard to kill in the early part of the game. His Dazzle just can walk away and stun you while you're trying to chase him down, but if he gets chain CC'd up, it should be relatively easy kill for the Jax Sejuani duo. We'll have to see if they get any early cheese off with the Master Yi, or if we know kind of the same story as last game where they have a cheesy-ish composition, they fall behind early, and then it kind of just snowballs in Krug's favor.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta expect that. I mean, this is like pretty much the dream for the Yi right now. Like, there's very few early game threats to him, and especially with Tarek, like he knows he's gonna be able to farm, and you actually gotta like Grandma has to be on his toes because he is actually very vulnerable to getting killed
Yeah.
by this 3-man dive. Like you can get it like a quick flashy from Ari or like flash stun from Tarek or something like that. Or even if he's just overextended, even if none
Hmm.
of the CC hits, they can just run this Malzahar down.
Yep.
Very immobile champ. And if he's not careful about preserving some of his CDs and like, hugging the appropriate side of the lane, like dude could be in trouble.
Absolutely. Yeah, Malzahar, one of those champions that when your flash is down, it just feels so scary against a champion like Ari, who has
Um,
all the mobility from her ultimate and the CC from the charm. Pair that with a Master Yi, that like you said, they can run him down pretty easily. Looking at the bot lane, how do you expect that one to go? The Morgana
yeah, I'm
Yumi.
actually scared for the Sentinels here.
Yeah.
This is going to be a very hard hitting bot lane.
Hmm.
We saw just phenomenal play from Mont Blanc last game on the Nautilus, and a very very similar champ identity here with the Leona, right? So then you got into Morgana Yumi. I mean, I think I think it's fair to say that the Sentinels bot lane here is just trying to be non-interactive, right? Like we're gonna throw down the Morgana W,
Yep.
Fermented Soil or whatever it's called, and we're just gonna back up and farm.
Yep.
But that frees up the Samira Leona to go invade the Master Yi. And even if you don't kill the Yi, taking his camps is a huge setback.
Oh yeah. And we are into game here, boys. Game 2 of the day, Krugs versus Sentinels. I am at 12, 13, 14 seconds game
All
time,
right.
Neil.
We are twins this
We
time.
are
I'm not 20
twins.
seconds ahead. Hooray.
Let's go.
I was actually confused. You're like, yeah, we're taking a look at the loading screen here. And I'm like, dude, I'm already in game.
Yeah, man.
That's
26,
funny.
27. So we're in there. As Sentinels trying to get in there and maybe get some level 1 cheese action happening. There is no vision placed down for Krugs,
Yep.
so they won't see them coming right away. Leona back pretty far. Not really in a super dangerous spot here.
Nope. And really to be expected from both sides, I think. You got to expect that you will start on either of these bottom side camps.
Hmm.
Maybe not.
Maybe. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that they'll send the Tarek top just to try and hopefully preserve at least like the first 3 waves. Expect Yi to like 3 camp top or maybe just buff top. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, buff top probably makes most sense. Um, although, no, because that is gonna... No, that would give him the minion debuff thingy. So he does have to clear some of his jungle, actually. So maybe Yi doesn't start taking CS until maybe second cannon wave? Not sure. We'll see. Maybe they're not even going to funnel it. Maybe Mouse Amazing is like, yo, just let me play Tarek top.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which
might not
also
even be going
works.
for the funnel.
So. We are seeing the red buff taken away by Rain Freeze, who is going to immediately head to his top side. Meanwhile, Yi is going for Blue Gromp.
Yeah, nice trade by Mouse Amazing. A big chunk on a Mind's Desire. Tarek's damage early on is deceptively strong.
Yeah, and looks like Mind's Desire is actually letting Tarek push him in. Okay. I think that makes sense. This will end up killing more of the minions in case Yi does want to come by for them. But yeah, really solid trading here by Mouse Amazing.
Yeah. Getting there early level 2 as well.
We are seeing Grandma Nut essentially concede the first 2 waves. He is now being down 4 CS. And we're seeing a full blue side clear from Yi. Gotta expect he will full side clear this red, but Rain Freeze is coming up top here to pay a visit to Mouse Amazing.
He's on his way. Mouse Amazing has that flash available, but doesn't know he's there. Mind's
He's
Desire
not
should be able to get the
respecting.
chain CC. He's not respecting at all. Gonna be some chain CC. Oh, the flash goes down and then the double stun. So Mouse Amazing just gonna fall here.
Yep. Oh,
First blood to Rain
Freeze. Rain Freeze, you bad boy.
Takes the kill. Story
But
of
really
the
solid,
series here.
really solid layering of the CC there.
Oh yeah.
You could tell Mind's Desire was just waiting for the flash.
Yeah, I think if you're Mouse Amazing in that situation, you actually don't want to flash. Goes here now on Rain Freeze, but not gonna be able to do too much. The teleport will get him closer to the lane. Master Yi looking to hover mid lane here. He'll get spotted on the ward if he walks in, but maybe just gonna go for the scuttle.
I also really like that Minds Desirous started this game with the call. Yeah, I mean, he kind of knew he wouldn't be in any major danger, and yeah, I mean, if you're gonna farm it out, might as well farm it out and cash in.
Yeah.
We are seeing the 3-man gangbang on the bottom Scuttle Crab. And looks like Hatsu5 doesn't exactly know what he should be doing. He's a little waffling there. He's like, do I go back? Do I base? Do I check this crab? Okay, crab's gone. Now what? Now do I base or do I go to this Gromp that's spawning in 6 seconds? And he will take the recall. Same for Mind's Desire. We are seeing pretty equal lane state here in the bot lane. Surprising to me, but it also makes sense because we did see Covert Panda and Mont Blanc roam for that bottom crab. So freed up some pressure on K-Dude5 and Uptown Court, and they were able to secure the CS.
Yeah, and just dropping that
Yep.
Tormented Soul by Morgana, just letting that do most of the work on the farm. And
yep, and we are seeing Mouse Mazing here holding a freeze up top. Although maybe unfortunate minion RNG will break the freeze. That sucks. Yeah, the cannon was so close to dying, the red cannon, but didn't actually die. So the blue cannon went down and the wave actually pushed out. So we are seeing Hatsu5 here come toward the top side, but that wave's going to be dead.
Yeah, it's going to end up pushing in. I don't
Nothing
think
to
Hatsu5
actually
has an
collect
angle
there.
here.
And yeah, pretty unfortunate timing there. Definitely think it was perhaps an error to take the Krugs first before going to soak the lane CS.
You see Black Shield burned in bot lane by K-Dude5, maybe anticipating the Mont Blanc engage, but it did not come. So now that no Black Shield for the Morgana, has to play a little bit safer.
And we are seeing both mid laners extremely close to 6. However, Tucker has no mana. So he's going to have to reset here. He is on 1230 gold. Big sad. Not enough for a lost chapter. And he's like, oh wait, I don't have 1300. Yep, got to kill a few more minions.
Has 2 pots, so can afford to stay around in the lane. Malzahar will gain that 6. Tucker should be close himself.
But, I mean, yeah, actually neither mid laner has mana, so it's fine to stick around. Unfortunately, it looks like Malzahar will be getting the better back, although he's not taking it, so never mind. Although Grandma does have the teleport. Oh, Tucker has teleport as well. Okay, I take that back.
Yeah, this is a very...
I just assumed he would have Ignite.
Very slow game relative to last game.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm just kind of waiting for everything to explode.
A bit greedy for both mids to try and auto-attack the cannon wave to death. They
would
have been better to just reset there for both of them, but here we are.
Yeah, nice timed Black Shield will stymie the engage of Mont Blanc for K-Dude5 in the bot lane.
Hatsu5 having to flash out.
Ooh.
Oh man, would have loved to have seen Grandma Nut go for a flash ult there.
I was thinking the same thing as we see Mind's Desire go in on the Taric in the top lane. Mont Blanc maybe getting caught. Hatsu5 going back in with the exhaust on him. Will be ignited as well. Second blood rather, going to Covert Panda, as then Ahri suppressed by Malzahar. Not going to be able to make it out here with the last proc of the ultimate. Ooh, actually does make it out with the flash then too. So
and yeah, Tugger just throwing the kitchen sink at him to stay alive, but it manages to work out. Yeah, pretty greedy gameplay there from Hatsu5, right? Like he was caught out, was forced to flash,
and then you go right back in.
You know what, I'm gonna go back in. But we are seeing the dragon here taken away by the Krugs, and yeah, definitely not ideal timing for Yi to be looking for a fight. Like at the time, he was just sitting on Skirmisher Saver, didn't have any daggers, so no actual PvP advantage there. Although I guess sure, Red Smite is a PvP advantage, but no actual combat items. Blew the flash, like just get out, homie.
Yeah, he was like, what are they gonna do? Kill me? And that's exactly what they did. Burned a little bit for it, burned the exhaust, but as Mouse Mazing misses the cannon up there.
And we're seeing Rainfreeze make a visit up top for Mouse Mazing yet again.
Yeah, Mouse Mazing's flash not quite back up. We'll be back up in a couple seconds here.
Yeah.
Pink Ward just right into the middle of the lane there. Not doing a whole lot for Mouse Mazing. It's just a free few pennies for Man's Desire.
I'm surprised that Hatsup actually hasn't taken any of any of the CS from top here.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense as well, but if that was the plan, you gotta be more greedy for yourself and like just hard farm your camps.
Yep. Yeah, Rainfreeze gaining 6 as well. Has that ultimate available. A large amount of CC able to be comboed with that Sejuani ultimate in almost every lane.
And kind of thinking back on draft phase now, if the intention was to funnel the Yi the whole time, I wouldn't have picked it early because you open yourself up to counter picks then, like to just
Yeah.
like counter comp picks. Like after Grandma Nut's performance last game on the Annie, do you think he's gonna be like, you know what, Annie wasn't cutting it, give me Mouse? Maybe, but
Yeah.
it like if you don't show the Tarek Yi, there's a chance that he doesn't pick that.
Yep. Another black shield here by Hey Dude 5. Gonna get the binding to mitigate the rest of the Leone engage there, and honestly, I have to agree. Maybe just banning the Malzahar straight up if you know you're going for a final comp would have been a more efficient answer.
And like I didn't realize it at the time, but the more and more I think about it, it's like, yeah, I definitely would have drafted in a different order if the intention was the entire time to funnel, or even just to, like put all the resources on Yi. But
Right.
we are saying Hey Dude 5 in trouble here.
Yeah, Black Shield gonna go through and deny that Leona ultimate from stunning, and actually ends up saving his life, not having to burn the flash.
Yeah, really solid timing there on the Black Shield.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for the 30 gold, says Hey Dude 5 in Uptown Court, and that was a dead ward.
Oh man. Yeah, such a slow game here, Valid. I mean,
yeah,
we're not really seeing
this
a
is
lot.
Totally like Mind Desire is getting massive right now.
This is exactly what Krugs want to happen.
Yeah, they have a 2,400 gold lead already with a 2-0 game. Like their CS advantages are just huge. Like this Samira up 30 CS, Jax up 25.
Yeah, top and bot both ahead by 1,000 gold. Jungle ahead by 500 gold. The only deficit is in the mid lane. Grandma Nut a little behind.
And like you just gotta imagine like how much this like Jax could accelerate this game if Jax had actually gotten the first blood.
Yep.
Rather than Rain Freeze.
But, still doing a pretty good acceleration cosplay though here.
Yes, there's acceleration coming. We're seeing the early executioners calling on the Jax. Makes so much sense into a Tarek and a Yi. And he's working his way into a Blade of the Ruin King.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're Sentinels, you really have to start to pick up the pace here. You have to make some action happen on the map because Krugs are entirely fine with the game state as it is right now. They don't really care about, not having a lot of action happen because they know they eventually outscale.
Yeah, but I think the Sentinels are actually okay with this and think that their scaling is equal or better. I think that they're of the mind, like, if we can get a 4 or 5 item Yi, like, he'll be unkillable with the Yuumi, with the Tarek, with the Morgana.
It's fair. Now, whether or not they're right is what remains to be seen.
Yes. I'm just, it's one way to look at it, right?
To be fair.
It's definitely a nuisance to have to play around that as the Krugs, but I certainly think they're up to the challenge. We are seeing some gank action in the bot lane.
Oh, Hey Dude 5 with the ultimate only channels onto Leona, who does have that flash, not quite back up, gets the Zenith Blade to go back closer to her tower. Hatsup 5 should be able to pick up a kill here.
No.
Oh no, and the kill actually goes over to the support, or the Morgana rather, as Master Yi gets taken out by Covert Panda. Tucker running to the top lane, Mouse Amazing having to burn that ultimate, and then Covert Panda, see if he can pick up this extra kill. Does get the double kill. Samira 3-0 now, with just a massive advantage over the Morgana.
So unfortunate there. Master Yi canceling a couple auto attacks, not able to secure the kill onto Mont Blanc. Also, kind of sketch going on to Mont Blanc rather than the Samira, but pretty solid teleport there from Grandma Nut, and they're able to turn it 2 for 1.
Yeah, I mean, they could have just been timing the flashes, because they knew Mont Blanc didn't have flash, and Covert Panda did.
True.
Ended up having to burn his anyways. The flash forward from Tucker, everything gonna miss. Gonna take a tower shot for his troubles, and the Angry Bee coming out from Mind's Desire, that's the kind of emote spam you want to see in the Rec League. That's what you want to throw out. That's some top-tier, high-level emoting.
Really solid emote game here. You can tell after 7 weeks, like, it's on point now.
Yeah, people got their reps in with the emotes, for sure.
Oh, yep. But, Grandma Nut, trekking on down to the bot lane and able to actually pick up a plate here in the mid lane, forcing Ari to TP back to lane. So pretty solid payout for his venture.
Yeah, Covert Panda kind of greedy here in this bot lane, but I don't think he's going to get punished for it. I think he's maybe sticking around for that Infinity Edge gold. I'm not sure if Samira rushes that or...
Mountain Dragon started up. Yeah. And there's also an Executioner's calling on to Covert Panda. Love me a nice 800 gold item into a Yuumi.
You'd love to see it, and crucially for the Krugs, the map will be the Inferno map, and that's just so strong for them with a team that does outscale, getting the scaling dragon, Master Yi.
Oh, I thought that, dude. I
I
was
thought he
wondering
went
if that
with
would
her
actually take Yi into the fountain.
because he disappeared for a little. He like went off screen for a little bit. I was like,
Yeah, I was like,
what?
wait, what? I like pat the camera so fast the blue fountain. But
Yeah, a little bit of a weird spectator bug there. He actually
yeah.
disappeared from the map.
Oh,
We
yeah.
both thought the worst, but fortunately the man is safe, not getting teleported to the
And so
Nexus.
I do like picking up the Knight's Vow makes a ton of sense on Tarek, but I'm wondering if it's too early because if the Tarek isn't actually moving with the Yi, Knight's Vow loses so much value because it just makes it like it doesn't provide its gold's worth
Right.
value to you in lane versus this Jax.
Yeah, no. Tarek
Um,
is moving to the mid lane now, so maybe looking to stick around closer to
yeah,
this
but
Master Yi, but now he's walking back
he's
top
going
lane.
back
So
top lane with his Knight's Vow. Oh man. And we are seeing the completed Bork onto Mind's Desire. Look out, Mouse Mazing.
yeah, that Jax is just going to be so hard to answer. I'm not even sure. Even if Hatsu 5 gets a little bit more gold under his belt, I'm not sure he's going to actually be able to answer Mind's Desire in this top lane, which means that
No, I
nobody will
don't
be able
think.
to answer him.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not a fan of the first item Knight's Vow if you're not actually moving with the Yi.
Oh, nice charm. CC combo is going to go through. Mind's Desire is super low. Ahri chip damage for the
Raid
ultimate.
boss.
Should be able to take him. But no, gets the heal. And Mind's Desire gets the double kill.
Raid boss Jax.
That was so clean by Mind's Desire, just knowing the amount of damage he could block with his counter strike and then positioning perfectly to be able to take out Tarek, who didn't pop his
no.
ultimate. The Tarek ultimate was not used there, Neil, as Hatsu 5 going to the mid lane. We'll see if he can get on top of Grandma Nut. Malzahar ultimate going to come down, but honestly, I think Master Yi can just fight through this. He had the QSS early. Doesn't have the flash, though.
Yeah. And it's like kind of big sad that the Yi, well, not big sad because I think it makes sense. You got a red smite versus Jax, but if he had a blue smite there, he could have actually popped the Malzahar spell shield first without the alpha. But that's a dead hot soup.
Oh, hot soup 5, Ron Hood going to get stunned up by the counter strike, taken out. Mind's Desire on a killing spree. Now 3-0 in this Jax. Executioner is calling on him as well.
Allow me to introduce you to my friend Jax.
Yeah. Oh man, and that's just massive. That's not what you want to see if you're a Sentinels player.
Yeah. That's a rough
Zenith Blade gonna go down. Samira damage coming through. No flash available for the Morgana. Should just be able to get taken out here. And then Yuumi with nowhere to go. The root does come through, but is gonna get CC down. Does get the shutdown kill onto Samira, hilariously enough. With the Ignite from Uptown Cord, but now the rest of the team collapsing. Don't have a lot.
Also what I just realized, Zabel, so during that 2v1 in the top lane with Mind's Desire versus Tarek Ahri, the Tarek never actually bound the Ahri with the Knight's Vow in that fight.
Yeah, no.
So like if you're gonna buy it, if you're gonna buy this item, you can actually use it.
Yeah, might have saved her.
Else, like it's way too early to buy this item for your solo lane.
Yeah, just not going the way of Sentinels here in this game. An 8,000 deficit. A minute 30 coming up on this Infernal Dragon, which would put Krugs on Infernal Soul point. Another 5 minutes after that, they would get that Infernal Soul. And honestly, I don't think they really need that to close the game out, but it would make it almost borderline unwinnable for Sentinels with the position they're in now.
Yeah, this is now nearly an 8k deficit. That's a
It's
rough
huge,
one.
as we say.
Yeah, we're seeing a nice 10 CS per minute Jax here. And, Raid Boss Jax can't do anything against him. Takes at least 2 people, maybe 3.
Yep.
All the while, he's just going to be like, okay, this is my jungle now. You want it? Come get it. I'll come get you.
So they know there's no flash in the Malzahar. It looks like they might be setting up to get a cheesy kill on him if he steps forward. I think they just have to go now.
Yep, big cheese coming out. That is the Malzahar spell shield popped.
Binding flash will go down. See if they give it to Master Yi. They do. Hatsu 5 gets the kill. Tucker, meanwhile, in the top lane, getting dangerously low against Mind's Desire. Should just be able to go under the tower here. Unless the charm lands, it does not. Mind's Desire, so huge. And just in the base, teleporting out right now. That's just feels so bad for Sentinels.
That's big sad. And that's a level 13 Jax and a level 9 Master Yi.
Ooh, nice flash forward by Mouse Amazing. We'll get the stun down. Tarek ultimate coming through. Master Yi on top of the rest of the team. He's going to get stunned up, though, and no damage is going to go through. Exhaust down under Mind's Desire. Stunned up. The shutdown gold is available. Master Yi not able to get the Alpha Strike off.
No.
And the Samira ultimate is massive. Covert Panda doing so much damage in that fight. Gets the triple kill.
Holy heck. All right, Covert Panda. We are noticing.
Covert Panda absolutely disgusting on that Samira. I thought that was potential for a quadra kill, but
dude,
unfortunately,
I
Mind's Desire.
time. No, sir.
Yeah, I thought that was Master Yi time as well, but Cobra Panda said, no, it is Samira time. I'm going to show you how to play this champion. 6-1 now, and just Krugs just so far ahead. This almost an unwinnable point for Sentinels
this
here.
This is nasty. I mean, definitely love the energy here from Sentinels going to this comp. Not quite able to execute on it yet, but yeah, it was definitely a solid effort. And
Yeah.
I mean, they're technically not out of it yet. They got their work cut out for them. We'll see if they can make it happen.
Yeah, when you got nothing to lose, it's when you go for the kind of cheeky, crazy stuff. As Malzahar just going to bother Master Yi over the wall there, chunk him out. Sitting on 1-4 on the Yi. Would have liked to see a few more kills under his belt at this stage of the game if you are playing that composition. But again, as you said, not out of the game, but from this point, it's extremely difficult.
Oh yeah, very difficult. We're seeing now 3 dragons over to Sentinels, and what, like 4 minutes till the soul spawns.
Yep.
Yeah, really solid play here by the Krugs. Realizing, drafting appropriately to counter this comp, and having their gameplay do the same.
And not giving anything away for free either.
No, taking everything. We're seeing Jax have a 3,600 gold lead over this Yi. Ouch. 3,600 gold and 4 levels.
Yeah. Absolutely insane. Didn't really see Yi get funneled any gold either. Kind of just been on his jungle camp, so hasn't really taken any lane CS. So
yeah, and having to go for the second item QSS, really delaying the Ginsus or
Tucker going in, Binding going to go wide. The rest of the team here, but no follow-up CC. The Yi popping the ultimate. Yeah. We'll just try to run down the rest of the team here, but they're all here. Jax isn't there. Maybe this is why they're looking for a fight.
Yeah, and this Highlander is actually like gonna wear off before he actually gets into the fight.
I think he actually could have kept going onto Leona. That he was in the bush. A double stun from Yuumi, and Taric gonna come through. The Taric ultimate not going down though. Just didn't press the button, and we talked about the importance of that Taric ultimate for these team fights, Valid, and they just didn't use it.
No, did not use it at all. Really not maximizing their comp here. They got the champs, but execution not quite on point yet.
No, and that's so unlucky because that was the absolute look for them for a fight, right? That was the 4v4 they needed. Grandma not having to flash out of the rest of that RE damage to not get taken out.
That was the 5v4, right? Not even.
Oh yeah, 5v4. Yeah. That was the fight they needed.
But I mean, I think the Krugs are content there, even if they give 3 kills. Like Mind's Desire is so huge right now, and there is no way to actually deal with him, unless they layer their CC extremely well. But it's so hard to do that, especially into somebody like Samira.
And you see Ari just taking this gold here away from Master Yi for whatever reason. If your strategy is funneling the gold to the Master Yi, you don't want to be stealing CS from him when you're sitting on 0-2 on an Ari. You're just really a charm bot at this point in the game. And
yeah, I mean, I don't even know if funnel is the appropriate word at this point, right? Because we haven't actually seen any funneling going on. This is just playing your own lane.
Yeah, to be fair. Oh man, that was just such a devastating fight. I can't stop thinking not hitting the Taric ultimate just is so sad there. That's the entire point of your composition.
I didn't think you'd get bursted that fast. What'd you expect? You got a squishy champ like Yi. If he's going in, just throw it on there. Like, it doesn't matter if they're not hitting you. Like, you buy that Yi like 3 seconds of invulnerability, he should be able to shred an ADC by then.
Yep. Would have been able to tower dive, get a few kills. Unfortunately, it did not go the way that Sentinels preferred it to, as Mouse Amazing stepping forward, dodging the Zenith Blade from Leona, going to get hit by the silence from Malzahar. Takes a bit of damage, but going to be able to farm up these minions under the tower, as Master Yi and Yuumi still roaming around looking for these kills, but at this point, I don't think that they can hunt people for kills. No. I think they can almost get killed by most members of,
and it's 18 to 4,
Krugs.
Man. Like,
big engage. Mind's Desire going to delete Hey Dude 5 immediately. The rest of the team running out. QSS used by Hatsu 5 to get out of that Mauser ultimate. Taric ultimate pop now, but the engage isn't there. They're not on top of him. It's going to run out before they get close. And they try to re-engage, but just get stunned up immediately. And now Yuumi with nowhere to go. Going to end up falling here. Uptown Cord and Hatsu 5 dead. Hey Dude 5 dead from the early part of the fight. Is Mind's Desire going to continue to go here? Can get some autos down. One more Leap Strike will do it. Gets charmed though into the tower. Nice chain CC coming out. And a shutdown by Tucker with some nice CC setup by Mouse Amazing. Going to secure the kill onto Mind's Desire, but the rest of the team for Krugs is just
the
on
raid
the Baron.
boss is dead, but the Baron's dead as well.
Yeah, Malzahar just chunks this with... Oh, doesn't quite have Leandros actually, so not chunking it as much as he could. And Tarek actually slapping Cover Panda, who flashes forward. And actually, kind of a scary spot for Cover Panda right now.
I mean,
Tarek gets
Panda's
another
fantastic,
stun.
but
He
he's
kills him.
stunned up right now, having to use the exhaust.
Oh, the ultimate goes down and does get the trade kill. Morgana flashing forward,
Yep.
not going to find anything. Mont Blanc just barely going to fall there to the Leona.
Actually, this extended fight is kind of sketchy
Ooh, a charm!
for the Krugs.
A nice shutdown by Morgana. This is sketchy for
Definitely
Krugs.
not ideal because their soul has just spawned, right?
Oh,
like, you don't want to take this extended fight. You just want to reset as fast as possible
They're
and get
taking
to
it.
the
And
soul.
then, oh, it has to flash the charm. And they gave a lot of kills over to Sentinels in that fight, but
and
honestly,
this,
they can't get
potentially
soul.
denial.
Yeah.
I think My Desire can probably just ace the team here, though, because he is on his Triforce
He
work
is
at
massive.
this
And Sejuani here as well with the ultimate available.
But, oh, actually, never mind. Yeah, they're just going to give it over. I mean, there's no reason to try and force the soul here.
No, yeah.
It definitely a misplay to take the extended fight after Baron. I think he should have just reset and got the drag right away, but there's
Brian the Broken. Comeback starts now.
Yeah.
Master Yi well on his way to the 2-in-10 power spike, the fabled 2-in-10 power spike in League of Legends.
The Sentinels are able to buy themselves a bit of time by denying that dragon.
A bit of time, but will it be enough? Mind's Desire level 16 in this game now to Master Yi and Tarek's level 12.
Right. 16, that is.
Cover Pandas looks sick on this Samira too.
He really is. And we're also seeing, like, Mind's Desire is just like 100 or 200 gold away from completing Death Stance. He will be... Oh, he has it now. He will be unkillable after this back.
Yeah. That's disgusting. Sitting on Triforce, Bork, Death Stance with the Grievous for the 1v1 against the Yi. There's nobody who can match him.
Boot, so, in case you're thinking about right-clicking me, Master E, meet my ninja tabbies.
In before Thornmail next item for the Jax?
Yeah. I mean, I think he will. Yeah. Maybe Sterix.
Oop. Tucker going in here. Hits the charm on a Cover Panda, but the rest of the team's there. Cover Panda might...
I think I'll do Sterix, because I don't think I'll want to buy double Grievous.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Unless he just sells the Executioners.
Right. You could even do like maybe a DMP or something.
Our cameras are apparently frozen. That's fine.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how that happened. I didn't even touch Zoom. But I guess it likes to act up sometimes, which is okay.
Hopefully we don't look too derpy in the freeze.
I don't. You're like in the midst of saying something.
I mean, that's normal, though.
It's a good look.
The normal Valab derp, right?
It's a good look, honestly. It's not a bad look.
It's the Valab derp. We take those.
Yeah, we take those, and Krugs take those inhibitors in the bot lane. Master Yi going in. The Tarek ultimate down. A nice combo here coming out, but just not quite a lot of damage yet. Mouse Amazing getting chunked really low. Samira popping off with that damage in the backline, and Uptown Core gonna end up falling here as well. Master Yi taking out Tucker, dying to this Jax.
It's a 17k lead, that's a little too much.
And that's a clean ace for Krugs. Don't even need the Infernal Soul. They say, give me the Nexus. They take down these towers. They take down this Nexus, and they take down Sentinels in an easy 2-0 for the Krugs.
And
securing third seed for themselves.
Yes, with that
in the Jungle Conference.
Third seed from the Jungle Conference.
Secured it after the first game, honestly, but a nice statement out of Krugs in that game.
Of course. Very convincing victory there.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot to say. I mean, game 2, Sentinels, they went for it. It didn't go, but here we are.
So who do you want to talk to here for the interview segment from the side of Krugs? We do have a few minutes here.
Week? We need to talk to Panda.
Panda, okay.
Or Panda or Mont Blanc, right?
Panda or Mont Blanc.
Either of those. And then, so I think last time we talked to probably Rainfreeze and Mind's Desire.
Okay. So do we want to pull in maybe Grandma Nut and
sure.
Mont Blanc or Panda? Your choice?
Yeah. Yep. I can ask them. Waiting for the response.
I might just pull one
here. Or you
here.
can just pull them.
Yeah. We'll go with that. All right, let me get him in here to the Zoom call. I mean, not the Zoom call. Oops, I moved the wrong person. Lol. Love to see it.
Rejected.
All right, gentlemen, welcome. Sorry, I pulled the wrong person by accident. First of all, GG's on your game. Phenomenal performance coming out with the Easy Clap 2-0. Looking super sick on the day here. Was there a certain level of expectation for the kind of cheese we saw Sentinels pull out here in the draft today, or were you kind of just going into it, you're going to play your game regardless?
That was literally what we said in the pregame. I feel like if we just play good League of Legends, I don't see how we lose. But I'm not like trying to flex on Sentinels or whatever. But I feel like they really they went off the rails with kind of some of their stuff, and it was kind of hard to adapt to in like the early game. But once we understood what they were trying to do, like we just played our game and
Yeah.
It went a little deep, yeah.
Yeah. A little
Yeah, I
bit.
mean that was like pretty sick performance. I loved seeing at least game one. Like I really liked how you guys were like Grandma Nut, you were playing around your CDs really well. So like your Tibbers and your Flash. So really trying to quell the storm that is Tucker. Saw Tucker actually kind of did get back into the game, but I feel like your guys' macro was just on point to where like it didn't really matter if he had a way back in because you just outmaneuvered them.
I've got like the easiest job on the team where my only job each week is to just live. Like as long as I don't give my lane away, like I don't have to carry, I don't have to do anything. I have to live and Panda in bot lane and Mine's Desire in top lane just carry me every week. Feels great.
We
Yeah.
take those, man. We take
Yeah,
those,
you
and
absolutely take
I
those.
think it's definitely a skill to also like being able to be carried, right? To be carryable.
To
it's just
not
like
be heavy.
if you know
Yeah.
you're outmatched, you lose the minimum. That's all you have to do,
Yep.
or whatever. Right? And even then, like it doesn't mean like Grandma Nut can't like fight ever. It's
Right.
just we just have to take the fights when they're good. That's it.
Exactly.
Smart play, really. So like for you, Mont Blanc, kind of, you guys were you putting on a clinic down there, like really sick, like level 2 all-ins. I think at least game one. What did you guys kind of expect going into like I guess draft versus their bot lane, and like what did you guys expect once you saw what the picks were, like how the lane would play out?
So just like scouting them and stuff, like with their OPGGs, it was just kind of hard because they hadn't been playing very much at all. So it was just kind of a crapshoot what they ended up picking. The kill lane bottom was kind of weird. I don't know if they were trying to kill us, but it was them constantly putting Morgana Q on cooldown made it just so they could never fight us, and we just like kind of got ahead. Well, from my point of view, the game 2 was like super boring because we just couldn't fight at all because of the Morgana, because he started only black shielding when I like Zenith and stuff like that, which is the right thing to do. The problem with that playstyle is it's just like a neutralizing playstyle where they lose a bunch of CS. So it's not fun for me, but it's good. So
Yeah, that's kind of what we
and
touched
then
on for that second game too. Like, it was a lot slower than the first game, admittedly. And even though there wasn't a lot happening and they were playing super far back, the game state and the way it was, and the way the game was going slow, and nobody was really accruing advantages aside from you guys as far as plate and CS advantages, was exactly what you wanted to see happen because you outscaled eventually anyway. So there's not really a reason for you to force the issue.
especially in game number 1, they just
Oh
didn't
yeah,
really have like hard engage at all. So we just could take the fights at the neutrals whenever we wanted. We were never forced to fight them ever,
Mhm.
which made it just really easy for us to play the game because again, we just got to pick the fight when we wanted it.
Exactly. So with that, actually up with your first win, you secure third seed for the jungle, which means you will be in the A1 group coming into playoffs. You'll be against the River Conference second seed, which will be either Infernal or Mountain, depending on how the results of today go. And should you win that match, you will be in the B1 group against the Jungle first seed. So I got to ask you, Jungle first seed still on the table. Could either be Brambleback or Gromp, and we're going to actually see that decided today. So what's kind of your thoughts going into that? If you get through your first round of playoffs with taking the victory, who would you rather play against in Brambleback and Gromp for that Jungle first seed match in B1?
I have to flame people
I think it
now.
really matters to us.
Yeah.
I just feel bad for whoever has to play us.
Fire emoji.
That's exactly
Fire
the kind of answer
emoji.
you want to hear.
Yeah.
I love it. So no preference,
Yeah.
Brambleback or Gromp. You don't think you guys have like a play style that fits,
Yeah.
suits you into either of
Our
those
prep,
teams?
our prep is the same regardless of what team it is. Obviously, Bramble just plays a lot faster, and we can. It just like we know how they're gonna play, so the prep is going to be different for either team. There's not really like a favoritism, that kind of thing. I think they're both like the power level between those two teams is just really close. So I can't really say which way is harder or better for us. I don't really know. I'm not going to claim that I'm smart enough to know that, but we'll just prep and do the best we can. So
If
A
I had
nice
to pick, I would
diplomatic
say
answer.
Gromp just to. They were our week 1 match, and I mean, we were really new as a team, and we were learning a lot, and I think we made a lot of errors on winnable games. So I would love another shot.
Love another shot at Shu and the boys. Well, maybe you'll get that shot. And for us, we are sending off this broadcast to the 6 p.m. stream. A little bit of time, but make sure you stick around. We got another exciting match coming up for you guys. It has playoff implications. It will be Ocean versus Mountain. So if Mountain is able to win 2-0 here, they will end up securing themselves, I believe, the second place seed for River Conference on win time, even if Infernal ends up 2-0ing on Scuttlecrab. So a lot on the shoulders of Mountain here to be able to secure that coveted second seed spot for the conference. And Ocean, with nothing to lose, just like we saw with Sentinels, maybe pulls out some cheese and gives everybody a good show. But with that, Valib, thank you for casting with me as always. And Mont Blanc and Grandma Nut, thanks for the interview.
It was a
good luck.
pleasure, guys. Thank you.
Good luck
All
with
right.
your games, guys.
Yep, GG's.
See ya.